All right, good evening, everybody. This is Team Drive Success. And this is our first training. I'm excited about it. You guys, let me tell you why I'm in my car. I know I just mentioned I'm in my car, but the reason I'm in my car
Thank you.
is because I just had a car faux pas. I just came to the gym, and it's interesting. There was a pillar outside. There was a pillar in front of my car parking spot, and there was a big piece of metal hanging out. I didn't see the metal, so I drove in to park, and then I heard this screech. So I started to back out, and guess what? It yanked my entire bumper off my car. So I have zero bumper on my car. So I'm sitting here waiting until it gets dark. So when I drive home, it'll be dark, so I won't get stopped by the police. That's why I'm in my car. But you know what? Everything happens for a reason. Because I just said, you know what? That's it. I'm sick and tired of this. I'm done. I just said I'm going to use this to my benefit. So that's it. I'm going for 500. Forget 5 anymore. I'm going for 500 people on my team so I can get this bumper and never have to worry about residual income again. I just use that as my little burn to get me excited for, sometimes you have to have a reason. And that was my reason right there. So that's it. No more. So I'm really fired up about today, you guys. But today is just going to be a basic training. I just wanted to set the stage of what we need to do as a team and what you need to do individually, because each one of us, it's our own team, of course. And most of us have been in network marketing or direct sales. So I'm not going to say anything that's revolutionary today. But, when we start bringing new people on, we need to keep everybody focused in the right direction. So the first thing I'm going to talk about today is the basics. I'm going to go over the basics, and I know it's the basics. It seems like the basics, but you know what? It's actually the most important part. And it's the most important part for me. It's the most important part for you and everybody that comes on, because, none of us have to be here. Every one of us have another business or another job, or we're doing something else, but you're here and you're here for a reason. I know for me, when I've looked at this program, at first, I had no desire to be here. I'm doing pretty well. My coaching, my business is doing well. My other company's doing well. I'm fine. I didn't need money. It wasn't the reason. But I had to come up with a reason. So that's the big thing you got to ask yourself is, why did you join this business? Because all of you have successful business. Everybody on here has either a successful business, or you're new in a business, or you have a job or something. But everyone here has a reason why you're in here. And you need to really think through that. Because I know we always talk about the why. Everybody talks about the why. But this business is called the drive. We have a product called Drive. So let's change the words. What's your drive? What's driving you? Why are you doing this business? And that's the question I had to ask myself first. I literally had to sit down and write down, why am I doing this? Because I don't need to do it. So I had to rephrase it. And here's a better question. Why do you want to do it? Because none of you have to do it. Why do you want to? I said a statement last week on the training about my friend when I took him to Maxi Mirrors, when I took him over to QVC, and the lady said a very powerful statement. And that powerful statement has drove my business, the way I model, the way I sell products, the way I market services, and even the way I think about what I'm going to do. She said a very powerful statement. She said, yeah, everybody might need Maxi Mirrors at that time. But she said, Stephen, people will spend 10 times more for what they want than what they need. And I want you guys to think about that. You'll do 10 times more for what you want than what you need also. Because none of us need to do this business. What we have to do is change that need into a want, into a drive, into a burn. I even had to do that with this situation with the car. I had to, get mad and say, you know what? That's it. Forget 10 a day. I'm going after 20 a day, 30 a day. I'm going to start using my ability to a whole different level now. Why? Because I can. So I just hired an admin. I just hired a personal administrator, a personal VA to help me market this program now. Why? Because I want to, not because I have to, because I want to. Now, everybody can't do that. You might have to start off being your own VA. You know what? I'm going to be doing my own stuff. But you know what? I just said, forget it. If I'm going to be in this thing at the timing, at the beginning, at ground floor, listen, this is what I don't want to say. Man, I wish I would have did more 6 months ago, or I wish I would have done more. I don't want to say that. I've said that many times, and I'm sure you guys all have too. So you guys have all been at the right place at the right time and many things, and could have done more but didn't. I know for me, I did. So I don't want to say that sentence again. So this time I said, you know what? I'm just going to go do as much as I can, and for the reason, because I want to. I want to be able to travel. Like you guys know, I'm going to Brazil. I'm going to Brazil and I'm going to be there for a month. It ain't going to affect my business. Actually, it's going to help enhance my business because now I'm going to be in a country that I have nothing to do but work because I can't go anywhere. Can't speak the language. You know, the area I'm going to is not the greatest in the world, so I'm not going to be hanging out anywhere. I'm going to be working every day. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing, is building this business, and you know, my clients as well. But you got to think about it. What is your why? I want you to really think through that. I want you to write down tonight. And I know we're going to be building the business too. But all of you, especially I know a few of you guys are seasoned veterans on this business. And we always say, well, you know, I know that part already. You know what? I know you know it. We all know it. But you know what? To know and not to do is not to know. I know that's one thing for me for a fact. To know something and not to do it, do I really know it? So we need to really think through that and really think about, why are we doing this business, and come up with a passionate why. You know, I mean, we have an opportunity in this thing to take it to a whole new financial level. And we're at the beginning. You know, this thing is going to be run through us, and we're at the top of it. So let's come up with some really good whys. And then, you know, we can share with each other. We can share our whys. You know, I don't mind. Like I said, I just want to travel. I got the itch. I've been on 3 vacations in the last 6 months and probably knocked off 50 things off my bucket list. It was fun. I now know what fun sounds like because I haven't had fun in a long time. So I'm excited to do that. And I'm excited to go out and spend quality time with my wife. So it's very important. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing is the second part to that. Now that we know our why, and you got to think through your why and your drive, what's going to drive you to build this business? The next one, you got to make commitments. You got to make a commitment to build the business. And that's the reason why I hired the VA, because I know if I have a VA, I have to pay her, and I got to commit to doing what I got to do. So I took the video I did last week, I edited it today and shortened it, took some pieces out of it, made it a little bit more powerful. I'm creating a page that you guys will all be able to use. It'll have a video, a little intro video. It'll have that video on it, and it'll have a call to action for people to go and sign up, that you'll be able to send out and share it with people in one spot. If you have your own video, you can use the same system I'm using. I'll show you what I'm doing. You guys can use the same system if you want. But it's something I've been using for years, and I'm just going to make a commitment. I'm going to build it, and you guys are going to have access to it. I'm going to open up my training academy. I'm making a commitment there. After this call and tonight, I'm going to make a whole nother portal specifically for our team. They can go into the training academy, and there'll be this training in there, but there'll be additional training. I'm going to teach, you guys know I teach the audio business cards, the openers, the inviting script, and all that. I'm going to go sit down and start practicing them in the field. And the ones that work, I'm going to duplicate them and put them inside the training for you guys, so you guys can have them. So you can share it with your team and everyone else. Any inviting script, anything I do, I'm going to start consciously thinking in my head, putting on audio and video, and putting them in that training academy so you guys can have. So anything I'm doing that's working, I'm going to give you. All the stuff that doesn't work, you ain't got to know about, unless I'm, telling you the story about how it didn't work. But I'm not going to give you the information that don't work. I'm going to give you the stuff that does work, that's producing results. So that's, some commitments. Another commitment I'm making, I'm committing to myself, and this is one of the commitments, is how many people I'm going to be sharing with on a consistent basis. Because I do my coaching. I have a busy schedule throughout my day, but I have to block out some time. So I said, you know what? All these people want to do these get to know you meetings. These networking events. They do these get to know you meetings. So I usually don't do get to know you meetings. I'm gonna start doing get to know you meetings now, because I want them to get to know me so I can use my audio business card, open an inviting script. If they want to book my calendar, no problem. You can book my calendar, because I already know how to reverse that. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. And by the way, I created a list of about 70 networking groups. My team is printing it up right now to have the link directly to the networking group. As soon as that's done, I'm going to make sure you guys have it, so you guys can know what all types of online networking groups you can go to and offline networking groups you can go to. And then I'll be teaching you guys some of the skills and things that I do to be able to attract those clients and, get them to look at the opportunity. So you guys already know how to do it, but I'm going to give you some additional things that I do every day that I can share with you. So those are some of the commitments I'm making. How many people I'm going to be talking to on a daily basis. My goal is about 20 personally, not including my admin. I'm not going to count her as extra, because what I'm doing with my virtual assistant, I'll just tell you, some of you guys don't have a virtual assistant. That's okay, but you can do the same thing. What I have her doing is going through my LinkedIn, going through my alignable, and then I have a list on my cell phone. I'm going on Google, printing my list on my cell phone. Everybody I know on my cell phone, I'm going to put on a spreadsheet and give to her. And I'm going to have her send 20 text messages a day to people that I know or people that I don't know. Now, I don't know what I'm going to say yet because I haven't figured that part out yet, but I am going to say something to them, whether if it's just a hi, how's it going? Haven't talked to you in a while. And then I'm going to have a sequence of messages that's going to go behind that she's going to send out. You can do the same thing because you know what? You don't know who's open right now. And that's the one thing you got to remember. Today, a lot of people are probably open. How many people are losing their jobs? How many people are in between jobs right now? How many people are struggling for money right now? How many people need to earn extra income right now? The answer is a lot of them. So that you know you'll be able to, once you start sharing this information, and what I'm going to share with you in a second, you're going to see there's going to be some people that are open that you may not have thought they were open. Perfect example, Mike on here, my friend Mike on here. I would have never thought he would have been open to this. I mean, I shared it with them, but we talk all the time, but I would have never thought it. But now, boom, he was open, he's here, and he's excited to be here. So, you know, you never know. I mean, I wasn't open. And, you know, when Jason contacted me, I was the last person to be open. I sure wasn't, but it made sense, and I'm here. See, so that, you know, you want to contact the people that you don't know or you don't think that would be open because you never know. Never know. The last part too, the foundation part, is use the product. I know Mike started using the product, started telling me about that. And that's a very important part because, you know, we always talk about you got to be a product of the product. I know when you're in a nutrition business, you take the product, you use it. When you're in any type of business, you got to use the product, especially in our space, because so we can speak from conviction. Now, I talk about, you know, the words you use and communication all the time. That's my business model. That's what I teach anyway. But I need to become a product of this product, of the Drive product. So I need to take the assessment. I'm going to go through it so I can know what I'm offering. I need to go through the 5 parts of this, and understand who I am and all that. Because if I can get one little extra thing or 2 extra things, then it's worth it. But the biggest reason why is when I'm talking to someone, I can say, I've used it myself. And then you can talk from conviction. So you got to use the product. And so I know it may take time, but you know what I'm going to do? Put it in my car. Put it, you know, while I'm driving. On my lunch break, I'm going to start utilizing it. Just so I can say I've used it and I know I'll get something from it because, you know, we all can. We can all grow. So that's a very important part. So let me just recap real quick. These are very important things because, and one of the things that I teach is what's called the 10 steps for success in network marketing. Now, this is the first 3 of the 10 steps. You got to define your dream and get a burning desire for its achievement. In other words, you got to know your why, and what we call in this business, we got to know our drive. And that's the verbiage. Know your drive. Know why you do what you do. Know what excites you, what keeps you motivated, what get you out of bed, what gets you to go do more than you're paid to do. You know, that's a sentence Zig Ziglar said years ago. He said, if you do more than you're paid to do, the day will come when you'll be paid more for what you are doing. Think about that mindset right now. If you do more than you're paid to do, the day will come when you'll be paid more for what you are doing. That's the mindset we need to have in this business. Another mindset when it comes to that is, how many people can we serve? Let's go serve people. How many people are hurting that need what we have? They need the mindset. They need the skills that we can teach. Let's not look at the money. Let's look at the people. Let's use the money and love the people. So if we have that mindset, how many people can we serve today? How many people can we help today? Versus how much money can we make or how many signups can we get? So we got to know our why. What's the why you're doing this business? You guys know I run an online ministry. You know my big why. I have a huge why, but I need to bring it down to right now. My personal why is I want to go on vacation. That's why. That's why. I'm just keep it simple. That's my immediate why. Now, I do all my other stuff anyway, but I want to go on vacation, so I'm using that as my burn. I want to be able to just go on vacation and work from wherever I feel like working. That's it. Great thing about this business, it's all over the world. So it doesn't make a difference where you go, you can still build the business. Next thing is, part 2 of it is make commitments. You got to make commitments. You got to have some very specific commitments. Think through your commitments. What are you willing to commit to? If you have another job or if you have another business or whatever it is, you got to make some type of commitment. You know, it's very important, whatever that commitment is, but you have to decide on it. Because if you don't make commitments, the people you bring in aren't going to be able to make commitments because you're their leader. You're the one that's leading them to the dance. Then the third one, of course, is use the product. So those are the foundation. So we're going to be teaching this consistently, the foundation. And then we're going to go through the money-making activities. I'm not going to go through all those today, but there is one money-making activity that I'm going to recommend is the opener. I want you to use this one opener because this is a basic opener. All of us know it, but but sometimes we don't use it. And even myself, is as much as I know it, I use it, but only sparingly because I haven't been in network marketing as a distributor. I've been coaching them and training them. But you know what I'm going to start saying consistently? I was wondering, do you keep your options open to additional ways of making money? Or do you see yourself working here at this restaurant for the next 5, 10 years? Do you see yourself working here at this type of job for the next 5 years, 2 years, 3 years? I'm going to ask that question 15, 20 times a day because I don't know who's open. I'm just going to ask that question. I was wondering, do you keep your options open to additional ways of generating an extra 2,000 to 5,000 a month without changing anything you're currently doing or stopping what you're currently doing in this market right now? Are you open to that? I'm just going to start using those openers consistently because they work. And you know what? I only need one person that says, I am open. And when they say they're open, I can show them the program. So that's the mindset I'm going to have. And that's the mindset I recommend you guys to have is start making a commitment to using that opener as often as possible. Okay. And then, of course, I'm going to find out which ones work because as we start using these, you guys will come back and say, oh, I used the opener. I got 3 appointments out of it. And then you're going to show the presentation like tonight at 9 o'clock. You may want to invite some people there. You can get off this call, which we're going to stop here shortly. You can get off this call and call some people. Hey, I was wondering, do you keep your options open to additional ways of making money? Yeah, well, listen, tonight we have a presentation tonight at 9 p.m. It's not open to the public. It's by invitation only. If you like, I can invite you and you can come check it out. Would you be open to that? Yeah, I'd be open to that. Great. Invite them. Who knows? You might get that one last person that shows up tonight. And then, of course, we got to follow up with those people and show them the business. Once they see the business from the presentation tonight, we've got to be diligent with the follow-up with them to get them started. What we don't want to do is chase people. What we do want to do is answer their questions and get them started. And we'll go through that. I'm going to have a whole fast start training inside the academy that's coming soon. I'll have that done, and I'll make that available for you guys. And then I'll make sure you guys all have a password and username, password for it, so the team can go in and log in and get the training and everything. So that's the basics of the training tonight is this. Really simple. Know why you're here. Know your drive. Know why you're motivated, what's inspiring you, why you're doing this business, and really dig down deep. Take that time tonight. Really think about why you're doing it. Not because you have to. Why do you want to? People will spend 10 times more time doing what they want to do. See, if people get paid well at their job, they'll work hard for it. If people have a fear of loss of their job, they'll work hard for it. But if people love their job, they'll work overtime. They'll be there all night long because they love it. They'll work for free because they love what they do. So you got to want this business. And why do you want to do it? So change it from a need or a have to a want, to a drive, to a burning desire. And then, of course, make the commitments. Decide on what those commitments are and be serious about it. Don't play it as if you already know how to do it and all that. You know what you do? Stay dumb. That's the mindset I had to say to myself when I first got into this business. Steven, you've been doing this 36 years. You know what? No, I haven't. I've been doing it about 3 hours. That's it. I'm dumb. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to go back to basics. And that's the mindset. I'm going to act dumb. I'm going to act like I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm going to go out there as a, what do they call it? Ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. Yep. So, there's a lot of people that know everything, do nothing. And I don't want to be that one. What we want to do is we want to not know anything and just go out there and be excited and use what we do know. We know the skills. We know how to use openers. We have the tenacity. We have the thick skin so we don't worry about no's. But we got to do the activity. When your activity, you track your activity, your results increase. When you do the activity, the results happen. And then the last part, of course, is use the product. Start using that product, get that burn, get that why, get that desire, and you watch. You're going to be in a different tax bracket. That's what's going to happen. Because we're at the right opportunity at the right time. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. I know it's a short training because I had a unique situation today, but you know what? You got to turn lemon into lemonade, right? So I'm gonna turn this into lemonade. It's gonna be a great story. I'm gonna share from stage one day. You guys don't even understand. Whenever you get in direct sales network marketing, whenever you have challenging situations happen, use those stories. You know, the last company I was in, I had all kinds of stories from the challenges I had at the beginning. And this is going to be a great story. I'm going to tell everybody how I did this training in the parking lot. And that was the dream, the why enough to get me to go build this business. So you guys got to think about what your stories are, start, developing them and go sharing with others. All right, guys, I want to open it up. Anybody have any comments, thoughts, or ideas or questions about anything we just went over today? I'd love to hear a comment from each one of you guys about the training or anything that inspired you or anything that you're inspired about. Can everybody unmute?
Yeah, Stephen, I think that this is Mike. I think the other day you put a text in, maybe it was just to me, but you said, I'm just going to be ignorance on fire.
Yeah. I know, Mike, we both got to do that, man, because we know too much.
Is that Mike Z?
Yeah, Mike Z,
That I'm under?
Yes.
That's me.
Okay. Hi, Mike.
All right, good to meet you.
Good to meet you as well. I don't see you, though.
Well, because I'm into my kitchen cooking, I could...
There he is. Okay, I have a face to the name. Awesome.
There you go.
Yes, well, we have some power on this car, even though there's only a few of us.
Okay,
but
cool.
You guys definitely know what they're doing. Bryce, did you want to share anything?
I mean, just what I love about this is personal development, one, and number two is, we're in at the beginning. I was having the conversation, I think I was talking to Mike about this last night, but it's like, where's this thing going to be in 2 years, 3 years, hundreds of thousands of people in the company. And there was people in previous companies we did that no one even knew, who the master distributors were, the people at the top, because they were checked out. They had made so much money, millions and millions of dollars. So, I mean, that's the opportunity we have, is to be in this thing so early and just, run. I mean, I'm literally calling everybody, pulling it all out. Like, my biggest challenge is time, because literally I finished about a half an hour ago with hellish of a day. Now we got to get on this call and try and get some people on the call. So
yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I'm fired up.
Well, Bryce is a powerhouse as well. So I appreciate you, Bryce. Vivian, did you want to share one thing before we leave?
Yeah, I mean, it's really, I like switching it from, what's your why to what's your drive, right? What's really driving you? So
right.
Really hammering that home. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I just did a 3-day training like you, as you know, because my background's personal development. So I'm going to be reaching out to a bunch of those people. Yeah. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, this is the first training, but I'm telling you, it's going to grow. And when you bring somebody into the business, and, tell them to come onto the training, and, the best trained team wins. Mike said that years ago, and that stuck with me for a long time. The best trained team wins. And that's what I'm all about, is training the people, helping them develop their skills and remotivating the already skilled. All the guys, everybody here is already skilled. They know what I know how to do. But the difference is sometimes we need to be reminded, including myself. I do these trainings a lot of times just for me, to motivate myself. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here. And then let's go ahead and get some butts in seats or some ears on webinars.
Sounds great.
Sounds great.
All right, guys.
Thank you so much.
All right, okay. No problem. You guys, I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.
Okay.
See you there.
Have a good
Take
night.
care.
All right,
Bye.
good night.
See ya.
Bye-bye.